All right, folks, welcome back to the big trip. T-9 days. Single digits.
It's gonna be real. Who's not tired? It's not tired. My beard's.
You can literally count it.
That's
on your
true.
little fingers.
That's true. I'm counting on my digits.
Not you.
Oh, crippled Joe. Good times. Oh my goodness, folks. Baby girl got a Christmas shirt on. Right?
I believe
That's good.
all year long.
It's good. No, I like that little baby J right there in the middle. That's tight. I'm not wearing a hood. Whoa. Oh my goodness.
Does that mean winter's not coming?
No, man, I'm over in Dorn at the moment. So no, we good. But I am getting a haircut this Sunday. So it's baby girl. So we're looking forward to that. Brought back a story. I got to share it. So this one might be a little more than 5 minutes tonight, but hopefully it's entertaining. So my mom, as always, probably one of my biggest cheerleaders, the biggest cheerleader in my story. Wonderful, wonderful woman. She called me and she's like, I watched one of your YouTubes and I think you look great. Your weight, it's good. And I've been sharing about that COVID weight and it's starting to come down finally. And it just made me laugh. Baby, you a baby. There's a lot of babies growing up, with my mom. And it just brought me back. So my sister, right, Christy, she's a kindergarten teacher, has been a kindergarten teacher since like '06. So she's doing her thing over in Seattle. I'm there doing a keynote with these 5-year-olds. Right, there's like 30 of them. And it just so happens that my mom is at the class that day. Just worked out. So, when a 5-year-old, you get done doing your thing, when a 5-year-old raises a hand, they don't have questions. They never have a question. It's a freaking story. And I was like, all right, what's up, little young blood? And he responded, why is your stomach so big? And I was a little blown away because I was like, well, man, thank you, God. It's actually a question, not a stinking story. And my mom jumped in as the response before I could even, I'm a grown man. And she jumped in and she started breaking down the anatomy or whatever the word is. Anatomy, thank you. Breaking it down, how we got paralyzed, how the muscles don't develop. I'm like, man, like this little young blood's gonna get any of that? And I just said, Mom, I'm a grown man. I can handle this. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, baby. So today's comment regarding, my weight, and that it's a good thing we're getting a haircut on Sunday. It's going to be good. So there you go. It's just a little bit of a chuckle. And thanks, Linson, for commenting. I know you know me. I do got them shoes on. So at least somebody out there is like, yeah, I got you, T. I got you. So that made me chuckle today. But today, we're going to just talk a little bit about the realities and what's changed. You might have it all played out in your head. And then reality says, guess what? Do you different? And there you go. That's sort of what we're talking about today.
What is that song? You want to hear God laugh? Tell me your plans.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, it changes.
Oh, yeah. This morning was great. Got to sleep in a little bit. Woo! And then, you roll out and I like to make my coffee and I've got my routine and then I have my breakfast and I'm not an anti-morning person, so I'm not like mean or grumbly when I wake up.
No, never been grumbly ever.
But I'm not like,
yeah.
Let's go. I like a slow start. But this morning woke up and there's already 3 other humans in our living room dining room, kitchen area, the great room area. And I knew they were going to be there, but there's a difference between knowing that they're going to be there and them actually being there. And then everything that they're working on, which is appropriate because that's why they were there, so that's all unpacked. And, so it's just immediate chaos right from the get-go. And I'm trying to get to the coffee maker to start my coffee and feed the dogs and do all that morning life stuff, and questions are peppered in. And so that's how my day started.
Yeah. All right. And then so it's funny, it's unscripted. And a question came up, which was dealing with and I'll spare you all the nerd detail, but computers, and where are we going to download the footage to? And it all being Apple based, I said, hey, we'll just put on Karen's computer. She's got an Apple portable. And then, I'm in the middle of doing meetings every 30 minutes. So it's quick. And need answers now. I got to turn around and get back to the next meeting. And so I just sort of threw that out there. And then Karen.
I was like, whoa, Nelly. I was like, my computer. Okay. I'm like, Rolodex is just spinning. I'm trying to process. All right. So while we're on this trip, I'm going to need my computer to do my class meetings and to grade papers and to do emails. So I'm going to need my computer for a fair amount of time on certain days, but okay. All right. So how are we going to do this? And my computer's a little old.
It is. Yeah.
So what,
I was gonna say 15 or 16. Yeah, so it's an old Apple.
So it's an older computer, and it's still serving me well and still functioning. But we're like, okay, we're gonna get to the point where it's gonna not be able to, upgrade the operating system, and we've already had some components where it's like, maybe not so much. So we've kind of known this, and I'm like, do I even have the space on my computer? Because to do some of the operating system upgrades, I've had to delete files and make sure the trash bin is empty, and just general computer love stuff. So I'm like, I have what I think is a viable concern, and I'm like, okay. And then it was, well, why don't you just go get your computer so they can use it today? And like, well, I had a whole plan of stuff I was going to do today, and now I'm not going to have the computer that I need to do the stuff that I was planning on doing. And the comment was, well, just go back and do that real quick, and then they can have your computer. Like, real quick. I have like 5 hours of stuff I was going to do. You don't just real quick that. So the look on my face must have spoke volumes.
Oh yeah. For sure. Yeah, I believe, and I feel okay saying this, I think all of us are on some sort of level of the spectrum. And, as far as like schedules and routines, and just the sort of humanness of the story and the facial expression I got as a husband, reading wife going, okay, this is not going to happen. And we need to rethink and recalibrate. I didn't really think it was going to be that big a deal. But in that moment, I did see that it was a very big deal. So we did what we do. I got on the machine, looking around. It's like, okay, well, let's just move forward. We didn't think about buying a new computer, but okay, let's go do that. Is it, Tacoma Mall? Haven't been in a mall. Don't even know the last time I was in a mall. And we just said, okay, we got to pivot. And that's sort of how things look. Sometimes you have in your mind, and then when you have husband thought, you have wife thought, human thought. And that's what I love about Karen, is that we can have transparency. We can have good dialogue. We can be honest with each other. We know who we are, and we love who we are. And through all that, we do it. And so, we jumped into the old rental that we have right now.
Well, I like that. You were all like sneaky. You're like, hey guys, why don't you come over here? We just need to have a little conversation, a little convo.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was like, what are they talking about right there? What are you doing over there? I'm like, I'm just gonna get my breakfast. And he was online trying to order the computer, and so
I take care of my girl, man. So we get to.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. No, and I appreciate you naming that. Sometimes that's what you got to do when you're just doing life with each other. So I get that. And then the funny part that I wanted to share, and we'll sort of wrap it up, is we got to the Apple store in Tacoma, and we wheeled in. We're all
first time in a mall for over 2 years.
Yeah, we're just we shielded up, masked up, doing our thing, and I see C's candies, and I'm like, man, I'm done. So we might make sure we get some of those candies, on the way out. So we get in the Apple store, and it's changed. It's busy. There's a lot of folk popping, and we meet Tiffany, and Tiffany starts to help us. and we're getting everything all put together. And Tiffany started giving a little bit of a interesting vibe, and I'm like, okay. So I said, hey, what's your name? And she said, Tiffany. So, how long you been at Apple? I'm saying Microsoft this way. How long been at Apple? She's 4 years. I was like, right on. I said, I'm Todd, and it's my wife, Karen. Now obviously she's behind a mask, but her eyes, she looked at me, she goes, oh, I know who you are. And I was like, oh, okay. And she goes, I've been trying to keep my composure
and not fan
out.
Oh,
it just made me giggle, man.
It
So
was
we
a
did
cute
selfies, which is what you do, and nowadays, and it just made me smile. And because Apple's been good to us, and we had a really good run with them, and we love their equipment. But it was a hot minute in the Apple store. Got that Seas candy.
Well, shout out to Apple Tacoma.
Yeah, Apple Tacoma. And then Tiffany, if I was probably a smarter man, I maybe would have got your Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or something. But if anybody knows Tiffany, works at the Tacoma, Apple store, hoot. And she's got some pictures of us, and man, approved. It is funny to do selfies with masks and shields on. I look like a ding dong. But either way. Anyways, that's what we wanted to share tonight. We're 9 days. We're getting into it. Sometimes reality plays different than the mind, but being able to adapt, overcome,
be flexible,
and push. Anyways, subscribe, do your thing. Mad love, mad respect.
Ask any questions, and we will see you in the room.